Okay, this is tarot lesson number 1 of many, and I just want to start and see what happens, because rather than have a number of points to make, oh, the Empress fell out. So I just wanted to start and see what happened. And rather than be formal and structured and so on, just the fact that a card fell out when I was shuffling, what do you do with it? And I think what you do is we look at it, and it's the Empress card. And I can't remember if it was face up or face down. If it's face down, I'm sort of thinking people want to learn to read cards and to know what to do. And so I'd like to just start and see where we go. And I'll stop at a certain point and I'll do tarot lesson number 2 of many. And over the course of time, we will figure something out. The other thing is, when I think about it, I've got all these comments that I haven't replied to, and it's just overwhelming. So I'm going to start again fresh. So any comments that are left with this video, I'll deal with them in a consistent kind of a way. So you shuffle. I'm imagining, or I was imagining that when you begin a reading, you know a certain amount, but you've got a questioner and you've got a question, and you don't know what the question is yet, and you've got a certain amount of knowledge and understanding of cards, but you don't know what cards are going to come up. So you kind of have to think on your feet and make sense of things as they happen. So what do we do? Let's say we're shuffling and the card falls out. What do we say about it? I think it's an indication. We could say it's an indication of because it's the Empress, it's an indication that this will be good in some way. Again, if the questioner were asking, am I going to have a good relationship, then the card, the Empress falling out, means yes. We can say it's a sign, but I don't like using that expression. Only because people want to see what they want to see. And so the Empress falling out, yes, it's a sign. Maybe it isn't a sign. Maybe it's something else. So the Empress falling out, if the question's about a relationship, then it's good. If it's a comment from the tarot itself about this particular series of videos, then it looks good, because it will be well received. People will get something out of it. It'll lead to connections between people. It'll lead to connections within your mind with ideas that you've got. And there's harmony, because we've got the symbol for Venus here, and Venus is beauty and love and harmony and art and arranging things harmoniously and so on. But one of the things I had one idea in mind when I began, and that was, let's say I'm going to talk about cooking an egg, right? So that's the idea, cooking an egg. But we don't know what form the cooking will take. So it could be a fried egg. It could be a hard-boiled egg, a soft-boiled egg. It could be an omelette. It could be a poached egg. And there was another kind of egg dish, omelette, whatever it is. You know, it's a bit like a fried egg is the meaning, so to speak, of cooking an egg, or it's one possible meaning. And I think with cards, what you do is, instead of looking at the Empress and think, what does it mean? Because meanings can be limited, and meanings might be wrong. Because if I say cooking an egg, here's a fried egg, you say, I don't like fried eggs, I want a boiled egg. So the meaning, the fried egg, was wrong. So if when you turn a card, you look at the card to see not so much what does it mean, but what idea or ideas are contained in the picture, then you've got a starting point, and you talk about the idea, and then the questioner is going to come up with the particular meaning that's right for them. Because you have to remember that the questioner already knows what's going on in their life, and they know the details. And if they're going to meet somebody, or they met somebody, they know the person's name and what they do for a living and all the rest of it, or they know a certain amount about the other individual, and they're maybe looking for things they weren't sure about, or things that they couldn't know, and that's why they're asking the tarot. So if you talk, let's say the Empress comes up, we could use it to describe a particular kind of individual who is sociable, likes people, is friendly, is creative, is artistic, likes to be outdoors, likes to sit in the sunshine, likes to be comfortable, because the Empress is sitting comfortably there, holding this thing in the right hand. So she, that could be the idea that she's got power, or she's got maybe not power but authority, or she is somebody who maybe, she's holding this thing up in the air, the kind of person who isn't shy about telling you what she's done or what she's capable of. You know what I mean? Because she's holding up a symbol of authority, but she's holding it up. Whereas the Empress reversed is somebody who's maybe holds himself back too much. So with the Empress upright, we're holding up what we're good at, or what we're holding up proof or evidence that we can do something, whatever the question happens to be about. Whereas if it's upside down, there's an expression in English that somebody is a shrinking violet, so that they hold themselves back. And with the Empress reversed, maybe it's time to come out of your shell, so to speak, and perform, or deal with groups of people, or deal with a small group of people. And because it can represent public speaking, right? The Empress has got this whatever she's got here. So maybe she's good at public speaking. So somebody wants to know, am I going to get a promotion? Yes, because you're good with people. Yes, because you know how to work the room, right? So if you get a few people in the room who aren't listening to you, you're going to know how to get their attention. These ideas, these meanings, so to speak, come from the idea of a mature woman who is comfortable. And you're not going to find this in any book. Though, at this point, let me advertise myself. If you go to Amazon.com and type in The Tarot Book and John Ballantrae, you'll find that there's a Kindle available. So if you're in the mood to spend $8.97 US, you can get a Kindle copy of the Tarot Book. And I'll tell you more about this later, but it's a book, and I'm going to have follow-up material at a website that I haven't built yet, but I'll get there. So I can't remember what I was talking about there. Anyway, the Empress. So maybe you think about the Empress, and we've got the Empress is a woman. We know there's an Emperor card as well. So maybe she's the female side of a partnership, but we don't know who the partner is, which may or may not be important. So I was going to shuffle. So let's say we're going to do a reading with somebody, and we're shuffling for a bit, and then we pick a card. Forget about the other person for the moment. That's not what I wanted to do. There's the Eight of Pentacles, right? Oh, I have to turn it this way. I forgot this setup isn't ideal, but it's the best I've got at the moment. So the camera's over there, and I forgot. Anyway, the Eight of Pentacles. So we've got, instead of what does it mean, what kind of ideas are contained in this particular card? And we've got somebody He's outdoors. That seems like not that important, although it might be. But he's working hard, or he's working repetitively at the same kind of thing. So there's repetition. There's maybe improvement with each time that you try. So somebody can say, I've got this terrible relationship. What do I do about it? And you say, okay, you figured it. Think about what worked, what was good in the past, and what you've done that kind of worked, and do it again. Only make it better, in the same way that probably the person in this picture is working at the same thing over and over again. So he's not changing his mind or going elsewhere or doing something different. He's sort of looking at, or he's working on the same design or the same product or the same situation or the same condition, but making it slightly better each time. I happened to have a conversation with somebody earlier today who, whenever she starts something, she can't start it without thinking she must get it finished. And so she ends up dissatisfied and unhappy. And I mentioned about this fellow called James Clear. And he's got, I forget the name of the book, but he talks about if you can make your life or your situation 1% better every day, that adds up over the course of a year. And in a way, this person here is looking at what they've got and doing it again, but making it slightly better. And then tomorrow, they look at the slightly better version and they make it slightly better. And so things go on. I think that's what I want to say for lesson 1. Instead of thinking about meanings or deciding that I don't know the meaning, so I can't read cards, look at the picture and begin to get an idea of the idea or the concept or the activity or the message in the picture. And start with that and see what meanings come from the idea, rather than think we've got to start with the meaning and then make the meaning fit as the answer to the question. Okay, that's it for the moment. So let's say I've finished this. Can't get these apart. Okay, so I then finished. So I do a quick shuffle to sort of close the door or put a full stop at the end of the sentence. And then I wrap the cards up. And that's it. And I put them away until the next time. So until the next time, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again. Okay, bye-bye.